What up, my people, and welcome back to 10 on 10, showcasing student athletes. I'm your host, Chad Ricardo. Coming up in today's show, there's a new number one in our All-DMV on 10 Top 10. Who could that be? And on top of that, the Sidwell girls, they're loaded, but does Coach Alexander's squad have what it takes to repeat? We got all of that on deck for you, but first, let's get on 10 with our top plays. Number 10, Riken playing at Rutgers Stadium. Quarterback Brenton Toll slings it out to Dominic Dorward, and Dorward does the rest. 60 yards to the crib in the birthplace of college football. Number 9, this one sharp shot by Dante Jones. It's different on Military Road, and this quarterback is one of the main reasons why. He does it by air, he gets it done with his legs as well. Iron sharpens iron, St. John's rolls. Number 8, sharp shot by John Quick. The Eagles fought hard on I Street. Aiden Conrad throws a dart to the post, and Burt Carroll with the big grab, and look at him. The Gonzaga boosters love it. Number 7, sharp shot by Hailey Daniel, one of my all-time favorite student athletes showing off his talent. Kamari Randall with one of the most versatile runs that you're going to see. Check out the athleticism, check out the moves. College coaches, if you're looking for a weapon, be sure to offer this young man. Of course, we're always looking for your top plays, so I'm talking to student athletes, parents, and coaches as well. Feel free to shoot me those DMs, and we're looking for more than just football, especially young ladies sports, because you all deserve to shine as well. Sidwell Girls Soccer, a perennial powerhouse. They've competed in each of the last 4 DC state championships. Last year, knocking off Murray in that final. Ask anyone on this team though, and they'll let you know that last year is in the past.
I don't think there's anything to defend, right? One thing we talk about here is that's done, we won, that can't be taken. We set out a goal to the season. One is going to be relative to the talent we have, and we have a pretty talented team this year.
Sidwell finished 14-4 last season, and this year's team looks to build from that foundation of success.
We graduated people, we had an amazing team, but this year's team is equally as, if I think not more, amazing.
I mean, yeah, there's no doubt that we lost some extremely talented players coming into this new year, but we have 4 freshmen that are ready to fill that space and 4 new captains that are ready to take on that leadership role.
The Quakers are considered one of the most talented teams in the region, but it's their intangibles that keep them near the top.
I think the culture is the unwavering aspect of our team. I think it's our mindset and the intensity we bring to practice every day.
The 4 of us captains have really worked really hard to be a united front for everybody, but also kind of to make the team value that aspect.
Every year there's a big accomplishment that ingrains this mentality in us of just hard work, effort, and championship that is within us and intrinsic in this team.
Step anywhere near the Sidwell pitch and you can't help but to feel a little bit of that championship bravado. You can't help but to see a little bit of that championship swag.
I think the culture and that swag all starts with Coach Ryan. I think he may be one of the swaggiest people I've ever met.
And now that the season has begun, the next question is, does this iteration of Coach Alexander's Quakers have what it takes to go back to back?
We are defending state champions. I feel like a defending state champion.
I think it's going to take upkeep of the intensity that we've built over the past many years with this program.
I can count my losses as a Sidwell soccer player on one hand, so I'm going for that state championship again this year. We've appeared twice. We did lose one my freshman year, got it back last year, and we're coming for my senior year 100%.
Love that team, love that program. I love Sidwell, and I love showcasing student athletes. We've got more of your top plays next. You're on 10. Welcome back to 10 on 10. Major shakeup in our On 10 Top 10. I got more information on that for you coming up next. But first, let's get on 10 with our top plays. Number 6, this one sharp shot by Muaz Paracha. On 10 high school Heisman nominee, running back Tony Rojas. Nasty stiff arm and nobody's catching. The Penn State commit from there had another 70-something yarder that was unbelievable. Number 5, staying alive, and this is a thing of beauty. Sharp shot by Shad Woodyard. Christian Petrozello dots the I and Dylan Reyes crosses the T for the tutty. That is poetry in motion. Number 4, brought to you by Reezy Visuals. Daniel Lepofsky with the flick of the wrist, and Sam McAvoy with the You Got Moss nominee. Love to see it from the Lake Braddock Bruins. Our top 3 plays are coming up for you in just a few minutes. Creatives, want to join the squad? It's at sharpshot_media. Student athletes, coaches, parents, go ahead and send me a DM personally, looking for all sports. Okay, time to take a look at our On 10 Top 10. We're breaking down the rankings of the top schools in the DMV. Want to make one thing clear here. This is not a power ranking. It's not a question of what team beats what other team on a neutral field. We've got schools who play at all different classifications, from private schools to public schools to charter schools, etc. And we want to showcase all student athletes based off of the merit that they perform against their like competition. With that said, let's get into our top 10. Number 10, the Gonzaga College Eagles. 3-1, they were defeated by Spalding 41-21 last week. Got a tough one against St. Joe's Prep coming up. Number 9, Freedom Woodbridge. This team is rolling. 4-0, they defeated Unity Reed 42-0. They got Garfield. Number 8 is Battlefield. This is a team that Freedom is chasing in more ways than one. They've got Osborne next. Number 7 are those Lake Braddock Bruins. 3-0, they defeated North Stafford 48-8. They've got Annandale coming up. Number 6 is Flowers. They're 3-0. I'm telling you, bro, you better keep eyes on this team. They could be somewhere near the top at the season's end. Number 5, the Wise Pumas. 3-0, knocked off Laurel 50-0 last week. Number 4, your Good Counsel Falcons, a huge bounce-back victory last week. 3-1 now after defeating Mount St. Joe's 52-13. Number 3, the DeMatha Stags. This team, 3-1. They defeated Friendship 34-0, and check this. In 4 games, the Stags have allowed a total of 11 points in 4 games, and that offense is starting to roll. The Stags are scary. Number 2 are the St. John's Cadets. They knocked off Tottenville 49-13 last week. The Young Guns are beginning to show up in the right way, and we know that that defense has pro-level talent at every level. And our number 1 squad are the Quince Orchard Cougars. Look, I want the camera on me right now. I want to make this clear. Yes, they are a public school. They are your defending 4A state champions. The Quince Orchard Cougars have allowed 0, that's a total of 0 points all season long. They're dominated on offense by air and or on the ground. On defense, they're clearly getting it done. And if you want to move into history here, the Cougars have won 19 consecutive games. They haven't lost a game since 2019. Coach John Kelly, the Quince Orchard Cougars are the number 1 team in the On 10 Top 10. Why? Because they deserve it. I'm Chad Ricardo. This is 10 on 10 showcasing student athletes. We're going to get to my game predictions. That's coming up in just a moment, but not before we go on 10 to give you the top 3 plays of the week. Number 3, this one sharp shot by Hailey Daniel. Here's a few things you can count on: death, taxes, and the Good Counsel running game. This offensive line is tremendous. Check out the pancake block down the field by wide receiver Elijah Moore. And on 10, high school Heisman nominee Dylan Jones does the rest. The cannons are cranking, the kids are singing, Hell Falcons. Number 2, sharp shot by John Quick. The kid Malik Washington with the long handoff to Max Moss. You can't throw a prettier pass than that. Moss is a man amongst boys. All right, you all got it. Go Cavs. And our top play of the week, this one sharp shot by Jaden Walker. Sean Johnson puts it up in Nazir Rim with the one-handed grab. What in the Odell Beckham just happened? That may be the catch of the year, our top play of the week. That was an absolutely phenomenal grab. Got to go back and watch that one 2, maybe 3 times. To all of our creatives out there, you want to become a part of the movement, hit up Bailey Spoor on Instagram at sharpshot_media. Student athletes, you can DM me directly at Real Chad Ricardo. Time to get to our game predictions. First matchup we're going to take a look at, this is Carroll traveling to McDonough. I got to be honest with you, I was concerned about the Lions after 2 weeks, but ever since then, Coach Rob Harris and these young men have turned it all around. 2 consecutive victories by a final score of 113-0. Yes, you heard that correct. It's 113-0. With that running game, they've got Burke and Mungo, a 2-headed monster that's getting it done. Of course, we know what Gator can do, and Nick is always one play away. This defense is rolling, though. All things are coming together for the Lions. They knock off McDonough. Linganore and Oakdale, this is going to be a primetime matchup. Now, I got to tell you this. On paper, Oakdale should be favored. Oakdale, they've got an offense that scores points. Oakdale, they've got a defense that delivers punishing blows. Oakdale, they're going to be playing in front of a rabid home crowd. But hold the phone right there. Coach Connor's Linganore Lancers are going to go up there and they're going to knock them off. That quarterback Petrozello can sling the rock around the building. Look for him to have a big day. And big time back, Ethan Arneson is going to run all over Oakdale. I got Linganore. Riken coming to good counsel, and I got to tell you this Riken program, when it's all said and done, they're going to be in that championship game defending their crown in their level of the WCAC. I love this program, got big love for those young men, but unfortunately, this week, they're running into a buzzsaw, bro. The Good Counsel Falcons are beginning to peak. They can run the ball against anybody. They've got 3 backs, they've got multiple wide receivers, and they got a steady quarterback in Frankie Weaver who is always capable of being spectacular. Add to that, that defense is starting to take form. Give me the Falcons. DeMatha taking on Life Christian. And the D in DeMatha has been for dominance, bro. And I'm going to say this again. This team has allowed just 11 points in 4 games. That equates to less than 3 points per ball game. You have that, you can win against anybody, no matter where it is that you're playing. I truly hope my good friends from Richmond are fans of bagels, because that is what's going to be on the menu at the PG Sports and Learning Complex. St. John's traveling to Central. Now the Cadets are beginning to hit another level. As I alluded to before, the young guns are beginning to grow up on offense. Playmakers are making plays, and that defense is too strong, too special. They got future pros all over the field. St. John's rolls over Central, and they show it's DMV over everybody. Our final game, and this one is the Ricardo Report Game of the Week. Damascus traveling to Quince Orchard. Damascus is a senior Layton team who can run the ball against anybody. Coach Klotz has this team clicking on all cylinders. Dylan Donathan and his squad is going to be primed for a big game, and they've got upset all over their minds. On the other side, though, the Cougars have been next level great this year. Iverson Howard is a touchdown waiting to happen. Briggs is the ever-steady quarterback who gets the ball into the hands of his playmakers, and those weapons know what to do. Of course, on the defensive side of the ball, the Cougars have studs who have shut out every opponent that they faced to this point. And as if this couldn't get any more exciting, this is going to be in front of a packed house. I believe that everybody in Montgomery County is going to be attending this game. My first chance this season to see the Red Army. Look, guys, I've seen Gonzaga, I've seen Good Counsel. Who has the best student section? Red Army, I'm looking at you. But back to the game. I've seen both teams. I got love for both teams. I believe that both teams are going to be playing for a Maryland State Championship later this year. But if you had to put me on the spot right now, I'm going to go with
Ricardo Report, bruh.